So in reality, 95% of women out there are obsessed with social media, not just sexy Crystal that was not sensitive enough to know when the husband doesn't want that from her. And for those of you on the comment section that are saying, oh, Courageous Billion is about to have a fling with somebody that he's about to work for, you might be very correct, because the lady in question, her page on Instagram is only for her business. And you can remember that Courageous Billion keeps telling his fiancée that he's no longer interested in showing everything about him on social media. So there might be a perfect match for each other. That is why somehow there can be a possibility of the both of them, because from the look of things, Courageous Billion is already liking the lady. For Courageous Billion's fiancé, I think her problem is understanding where Courageous Billion is coming from. What she's concerned about is her views and her relevance on social media, which is one of the things that I think personally will destroy this marriage, or will make this marriage not to work. Because Courageous Billion has taken his stance that he doesn't want everything about him to be on social media anymore. But the fiancé doesn't even understand. How can you be quarreling with your husband and at night you think that he will just run into your arms? It is not done like that. Most men have needs. And as long as you are failing to listen to what they are telling you, you might not enjoy the relationship anymore, because definitely there will be an attitude. But while they were trying to have a conversation, that Courageous Billion's fiancé told him that the fans are missing him and all that, that they need to talk about this whole thing. The argument became, strong, and it was heated. Now this is no longer a conversation, but rather an argument. You cannot keep arguing about the fact that, oh, you are no longer doing what you are supposed to do, and you even came up with the statement that, oh, your friends told you that he's going to use you to gain relevance and dumped you, but you refused, and now he's doing exactly what your friends told you. Are you being serious right now? Are you saying that all because your fiancé said he doesn't want to be on social media? I can't believe that she could look at him in his face and say this kind of words to him. Those are words that can hurt him. Don't you care about his feelings? It is obvious. In fact, for me, I think this marriage should not continue, because it is obvious that there is nothing that Courageous Billions is going to do to stop her from, doing this social media thing. Likewise, her, there is nothing he can do to stop her as well. But I believe that if they can only come to an understanding, just like what happened to Christabel and the husband, everything will be settled. Courageous Billion has to leave the room. And in the morning, you can already see that this lady in question is very saucy. She talks to people anyhow, because after all, her content creation has given her fame. She has a lot of audience and she makes so much money. So she doesn't care about any other person apart from herself. This is one of the things that will make you to get to lose plenty things, because there are some things that people might want to correct you, but based on the fact that you don't listen to anybody, they will keep it to themselves. And while she was trying to give instructions in the morning, Courageous Billions came out of the room and was, trying to make it, to look good in the eyes of their housemaid. But then his fiancée is not having it. Maybe because of what happened last night, the rejection and the argument, she still carried everything in her heart up to the morning hours. This is not how this relationship should go. I mean, you people have been in this relationship for a very long time. This is not time for you guys to tear apart because of one thing or being on social media. After all, you people have made a lot of money from social media. Courageous Billion got to the office, and then the worker came to him and told him that the person that they have been expecting for a very long time has arrived. And he was like, are you sure? Wait a minute. Is Courageous Billion beginning to think? Because I mean, every man is always undergoing this kind of situation. Once there is a problem in the house or in the family, you take it to your office and it makes you not to focus on your job. Is that what is eventually happening to Courageous Billions? He was so shocked that the person had to come in this morning. Why are you surprised when you actually book an appointment with the person? So when she finally entered the room, you can look at Courageous Billions' face. He was all over the woman. He was looking at her so much. So the question is, what exactly is going on right now? Is this how you work? Like when you get to see somebody that is beautiful, is this how you react to it? He was already catching feelings, for the lady. And when she finally sat down for them to talk business, she brought other options, and Courageous Billion was just, confused. What is happening right now? This is how, love begins. And remember that this was exactly what happened to Christabel's husband when the PA came to apply. His eyes was just all over the woman, all because he was having issues at home. The same thing is about to happen to Courageous Billions, because this woman in question looks so beautiful, and she is also an influencer that has a lot of followers. Courageous Billion was excited to do business with her. But then, why the wife and the other people were going to, take a photo shoot for their content and all the rest? She was making a phone call, and then she was asking, is he actually, busy my line? And even when the servant immediately told her that maybe that would not be the case, she immediately shut her up. I wonder why she is so saucy. This woman is just something else. I mean, no man will want to keep a woman that cannot respect him at home. So you better change before it's too late. Why Courageous Billions was trying to show the lady that came, to the office, some pictures about their design so that she can pick from it. We're all going through everything. But then Courageous Billion went ahead, to ask her for her social media handles. And when she eventually told him, he went to the Instagram and saw that the lady has been designing for a lot of influencers out there. That means she is a big fish. And she was like, I've gone through your Instagram post, but you don't have any of your personal picture in it. What is going on? And she said, no, that page is my brand. It is basically for my brand. I don't show or mix business with pleasure. I just use it for my brand. This is exactly what Courageous Billion is trying to do. He doesn't want to be on social anymore. He just wants to have a brand, something that will work for him. That is why I said earlier that these people might end up to be a good fit, because Courageous Billion doesn't want to be on social media. The lady in question doesn't want to be on social media either. Rather, she's using the social media as a tool for her business, using it to get more customers to herself, and she's making her money. They eventually came to an agreement, to meet, so that they can probably discuss. But I think that this meeting will be just more than meeting with her. But then they agreed, and of course, when the woman was about to leave, Courageous Billion has to kiss her palm. That is when you get to understand that this thing is going beyond just business. There is something more, but we'll get to find out about it. Why the wife was at home, telling her fans that she was so lucky, she's the luckiest woman on earth to receive the ring, because Courageous Billion did something. It was a huge surprise and all that. She was just saying a lot of things. But we all know that all these things are lies. This is exactly what happens to a whole lot of things that we see on social media. People come on social media, they plan things that they want us to see so that they can start having controversy, people's contribution, and that alone will help them to boost their social media followers. But if you don't know, you don't know. Courageous Billion eventually stepped into the house and requested for a glass of water, and immediately she started arguing with him. Our fans has been waiting for you. They are missing you so much. What is going on? We need you here. You have actually forgotten that this young man needed a glass of water and at least a warm welcome. Huh? Nothing is going to happen to you if you say, you're welcome, darling. How was work today? I hope nothing happened. That is the exact same thing that this young man is looking for. But all you care about is your social media. You always want to nag. And when he eventually said it to her, she said, you are always trying to gaslight me and all that. That is not called gaslighting. You should be sensitive. That is the only thing that is drawing your attention to. But it's obvious that you don't care. You only care about what you want. How can a marriage thrive with this kind of mindset? In fact, even up till now, she doesn't even want to give him the water to drink. Now, listen to Courageous Billion's interest. What he wants right now is to focus in his business. But what he wants right now is to continue creating content. He is dropping contents about getting ready with me 2 weeks ago, but you don't longer want that because you want to, continue your couple things. But he's no longer interested in that. Now, this is where the understanding comes in. The both of you have to sit down. You don't have to wait until Courageous Billion run into the arms of another woman and start loving the woman, just like what happened to Christabel, before you'll be able to learn. Things are not always supposed to go sideways before people learn. You need to understand what you're doing if you want this marriage to work. But we'll get to find out about it on the next episode. Please like the video if you have not liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I'll bring the next episode as soon as it drop. But for now, take care.